Hey Soloists, Agent Solo, Matt Rice here. Another week of solvable crowdfunding games. And this week's looking quite large, not just the volume, but the type of games that are coming out that are the big money type games that I'm sure you'll see once I go through them all. A very competitive week. And as a side note, very interesting from Gamefound to let a few of them at once release at the same time. I'm thinking it's getting to the stage sometimes now they're competing for the same audience a little bit. So I found it interesting that a few months ago it was a bit quieter. I know it's the Northern Hemisphere summer, but does things shut down? I'm not sure. I'm from Australia, so we don't really do that here. We only shut down for Christmas, New Year, really. So yeah, very interesting. Anyway, enough of my rambling. I'm going to go talk about some of the campaigns that are out this week. So we've got Lands of Evershade. It's the first one I got for this week by Awaken Realms. This is one of the big ones I'm talking about. It's already got 3.5 million. I think that's in my Australian dollars here. So 1,000% funded. So easily funded, and a lot of stretch goals getting done. I like how they've done back during the campaign. You get the exclusive thing instead of doing like follow this, you get this for free, and then you have to pay for it if you miss it. It's free for the whole campaign. I guess a bigger company like Awaken Realms can get away with that. I can understand other companies trying to build that following earlier with a bit more of a bigger carrot there to try and go for. But it's an interesting take that they've done it that way. These are and if you don't know who these guys are, these guys behind Tainted Grail, the Kings of Ruin version of that as well, ISS Vanguard, big story narrative type games. This is their version. They're trying to make like pretty much like an RPG in a box. There's been a few games like that, more than a few. But this one's the first one I've noticed that's really I don't know what the word I'm lost for the words for it, but it looks like a bigger box offering in crowdfunding that's really RPG style, but board gamified. But yeah, I'm sure some of you guys, and please comment ones that you think are much like that. Like I know Explore, it's a bit more sandboxy, comes across a bit like that, like a RPG sort of type box. But anyway, let's get into it. So we've got 1 to 5 players here. I believe if you're solo, you play 2 characters. I think there is going to be a true solo mode, but you still have like companions with it. As far as I am aware. And I've been following along this campaign because I'm actually interested in it myself. As as an asterisk. I'll be keen to give this one a go too, but let's go through it. It's a fantasy RPG, cooperative campaign narrative type game. 1 to 5 players, a new type of co-op experience. As I said, you get this free Rotling if you're back during the campaign. Some people talking about how great it is. Why back now? And we'll tell you perhaps twice the price, they're saying. Perhaps true, I don't know. I doubt it'll be twice. Maybe if it come out new, it probably will be. What you get some adventures in here. So it's split into different adventure books. You get to create a character. There's also pre-made characters in here too, like RPG style. There's heaps of stretch goals already unlocked. It goes for like a keyword style type game, what I've looked at. And you also got like actions that you can flip over to use. So it's like little map combats. Let's go. So we've got tense tactical combat, modular adventures. There's a standard and a special edition. When I was reading through, I think there's been some chat about. I'm a big fan of just standees. I think that's in the standard edition, but however, there's a lot of things you missed out in the standard edition. In terms of like just quality of life stuff, like you don't get the dual layer board. You get Ziploc bags that are pouches. And I think some people were talking about how like why can't you make a standard edition with everything else but just standees? I don't know. There might be a big enough company to do that. It's a lot of different versions of the game that you've got to keep track of, though, from their point of view. Yeah, that's what you get. I hope you had a chance to read that. Sorry. And there's like certain adventures. There's definitely rolling solo and Meet Me at the Table. I've done playthroughs of it solo with 2 characters. Promising 10 to 15 hours of each adventure here. There's 3 chapters in each adventure as well. I think they've unlocked them all. So there's 3 core adventures. And I think there's others in the stretch goals. I talk about these secret sheets. Try to save room on the tabletop. They use these sheets that you slide in and out. So if you're in a map here, then this is like the zoomed in version of that with your tactical battle. And then once you finish that, you shove that out and you go somewhere else and you shove a new one in. And when you visit a different town, you shove a new secret sheet in. And that's like the certain areas that you visit. You create your own character, as I said. And you go through like a book of how you create it and like using the usual like D&D style characteristics. You got also actually actions too, depending on your profession and your path. I think there's like a few different options. You choose like a race, and I think you then choose a profession. And yeah, it's doing very well. The campaign is very well set out. Awakening Realms is very much in Gamefound. And they've done a lot of these already. So a lot of people trust them so far. Talk about good game box organization. That's always handy. Talk about the races, etc. What we're up to on here. We've gone past a few things here. So this is just more what you get. I'm probably zooming a bit too quick here, but I'm just through the different type of races you can get. Somewhat the archetype type races, but they've changed the names of them. So this is like a dwerg or something instead of dwarf, etc. Except humans called humans still. I've lost track of where I am over here. We're halfway through the pages, so I don't know. There's enemies in here. I'm probably going to be quick here. So there's some sample enemies showing. It's good that they keep showing you this is the miniature that renders to look like in the standard that we're trying to plan for it as well. There's a camp sheet as you go around. So you upgrade your camp as you go through the game as well, up to 45 hours of gameplay in a single custom campaign. You level up as you go through as well. So very much RPG-like. And being a solo player, it's really hard to play RPGs. It's a lot of extra effort, or you need certain systems that work on top of another system. And I've just struggled to get into it. So if it's board gamified like this, I think I'll give this one a go. I know, it's $3.5 million worth of other people trying to do as well. Yeah, I'll probably talk about this too long. Here's some of the pledges. So what's this one? Legend of the High Realm pledge. This pledge contains the Evershade blocked or unlocked stretch goals together with 2 add-on adventures. The Evershade creatures add-on, acrylic pack, metal coins. So I assume this is the all-in. It doesn't say all-in, does it? Which is a hint here. I wonder if there's extra things you have to purchase for it. Standard edition, stretch goals in the core box. Special edition, Hero of Evershade. This pledge contains the Legends of Evershade core box, all unlocked stretch goals, and the Evershade creatures add-on together with acrylic pack. I assume you can mix and match with the different add-ons, which is probably what I'll end up doing. I'll probably end up doing like standard mixed with like extra adventures or something, whatever gets released. Maybe the acrylic if I can afford it, but these days I can't really afford stuff. Here's all the stretch goals, by the way. There is an app coming with it as well. I don't think you have to have the app from what I've read. It's just an extra edition that some people might like it, which is nice. I prefer to not have apps. I mean, I play Hero Quest with the app. I haven't done that for maybe a year now. And I liked it. It just felt like I was looking more at my phone than the actual board game. Yes. So you can pay extra so that's probably what I'm doing, adding some of these add-ons. If they weren't already in the pledges. These are cosmetics. And I like how they've split it here from gameplay to cosmetics. So in case you're just like me, sort of thing, if you just pretty much mainly want gameplay, you'd be looking at this section here. But sometimes these things can pop up and be like, oh, I might want the sleeves, for example. Yeah. Review some playthroughs, as I said. I'm spending a long time on this, I know, but it's a big campaign. There's a few big campaigns out this week. Reviews and playthroughs go to that. So there's a lot of people that would have done stuff on this. As I said, I've watched Rolling Solos. Pretty good. Watch Meet Me at the Tables one. Band go through. It's pretty cool. There's plenty of other people here. I think Dice was one of the first ones to go through it. That one there, for me personally, it was quite slow going through, but it gives you an idea of like a few people talking it out. If you want to get something out of that, like how 3 people might approach this game. But I'm looking from a solo point of view, as are most of my people that subscribe to me, imagine will be as well. Looks like you can still get the Sundrop stuff in miniatures if you want that. You can get premium books. You can get leather bound covers. I mean, you can really blitz this game out, and it'll probably cost you a ton. But if that's your thing, by all means, it's exclusive. The special edition is exclusive. So standard one must be one going to retail. So if you're unlike me and you can't really, you can wait. Perhaps you could wait to retail and see what happens. See if it does drop in a bit of price. They're claiming it won't, but I think it will over time. If you have time to wait a couple of years and see what the game is like. And shipping down here. So the single wave shipping, the split wave shipping, if you want probably the core box early, they do that a lot. One note from my own personal experience from in Australia, ISS Vanguard came way late. I did the single wave, and it was probably like a year after certain people, maybe even longer, maybe a year and a bit after like certain people in the US and Europe got it. And it kind of spoiled it a bit for me. Like, that's so late. So I hope they fix that shipping up a bit, but this is the promises here. It's only meant to be 6 months apart. We'll see. Alrighty, let's move on. Next one we've got for the week is Tanares Expedition Central Sea by Dragori Games. So Tanares Adventures was a really big campaign a couple of years ago, I think it was now. This is meant to be their somewhat cheaper, get people into the universe type game. So we'll see what it's like here. So it's going to uncover an ancient mystery in the Central Sea and battle through one of the most addictive dungeon crawling experiences. 1 to 4 players, fantasy solo cooperative, multiplayer narrative. They're claiming the all-in's 199 US. Let's see what's in it. It's 1 to 4 player epic adventure, standalone game, so you don't need the other stuff. That's good news. Bring together depth of classic dungeon crawlers with the dynamic excitement of roguelite mechanics, apparently. You grow stronger both during and between adventures. Fast-paced gameplay, they're promising. Back on day 1, receive Sea Horror for free. Yep, okay. No different types of ships, components. This is what you get. So you get some miniatures. Not many, is there? There's just a handful, which is, I mean, I don't, after I just talked about not needing miniatures, but for those that I'm looking at this from a point of view of a miniatures person, that I guess that's what it's meant to be, a slimmed down game version, because their adventure game was really big to keep the cost down, I guess, these days. Look like they've got that map book thing going too for the maps. Still takes up a little bit of tail space. I think you have to play all 4 characters as well, from what I remember seeing of this in the past, which is another thing for solo, if you're happy to do that. I think you can choose like, what's it called, Comrades or something version. So you don't have to use the improvement cards. I'll see what it says as we go through. Might not mention it. I think that came up in one of the videos I watched for it. Here's the pledges. 79 for the core box, 99 for Sea Explorer. All in, and then also the villain's miniature kit. Some stretch goals. Extra heroes. Sleeves. So at this stage, it looks like it's just the core box. So I wouldn't be surprised if there is like a extra adventure or something gets added on. This is what you get. See, Explorer, we down here, pledge levels. I keep promoting. I swear I'm going through the exact same thing. Anyway, so new hero pack 2, where you get the heroes. So you get a couple of heroes and a miniature, get some coins, get a dashboard if you want to bling it out a bit. Sleeve kit, 2 pirate miniatures. Right, Painted Sea Dragon videos down here, people playing it. Again, I saw the Rolling Solo one. Main plot of it, if you're interested. Gameplay. I swear the text on Gamefound seems to be really big. Like I need to zoom out, I think. I'm just going on 100%. Unpredictable enemies await. Immersive campaign, multiple endings. Super fast setup, it's saying. Captain Crogan, there's the usual. So it says he's a striker. That person before was a tank. Person's a healer, tank, etc. Okay, cool. And then is there shipping? I didn't see shipping in here. Alrighty. Next one I got for the week is Defenders of the Last Realm. It's quite a large funding goal. I think I just came out today that I'm doing this by Greater Than Games for 1 to 6 players with over 100 miniatures. It's a lot of miniatures. I'm assuming that's the only version they do too, because I was asking previously about them just doing standees, but it is meant to be the Legends edition, so I assume it's more deluxeified. So this is a reimagining of the original Defenders of the Realm. The artwork looks a lot different. People will be talking about that. I have my own thoughts on that, but I won't. I shouldn't ramble too much on that. It is pretty much the same game, but just like from the looks of things, just like some ramped up um, conditions and stuff. It looks like Freedom 5 just got delivered to people too. That took a while, but that's a very similar game as well. So imagine people that have got that probably are hesitant to get this though. I'm not sure about the timing with this. Here we go. This is what it looks like. So it does look pretty cool from the top view. It doesn't say how much it is at the moment, but we'll keep going through. This is what you get in the box. There is more heroes coming. There's definitely at least 6. Here's the bosses. You get heaps of kind of cool components. They love to show off the components. Here's a bit of a, they do a bit of a, if I click on those links, that's like a bit of a rundown on the heroes and bosses so far. These expansions. What are these expansions for? Just more miniatures. What do you get in expansion? Is it just miniatures and expansions? I don't know. Quite dear for just miniatures. Is that what that is? Oh, and you get a minion card. And 1 card. I'm not sure about that. I saw someone talk about this. They've got this expansion to add, and you get to add like an elite or something to the version. It's pretty dear, isn't it? I wish there was a standard version or just a non-minis version. Just using tokens would be great. So there's like a day and night. So you do actions in the day. I think night comes around. Heaps of them counted for every action taken. The darkness tracker increases by 1. It's a co-op game, of course. So a co-op game where it's kind of like risk mixed with little bit of adventuring, not too much, but I think there's like a little bit of like a tiny bit of questing. I think there is in this, and each hero has like different abilities. So there's a few playthroughs here, overviews. Pledge level is 150, 170 for whatever that is. Is it like Spirit Island? What is that? Monarch 270 for all the expansion. Zeke. Neoprene mats. 16 inches tall miniature if you're into that kind of thing. There's separate add-ons. Core game sleeve bundle. The sleeves. Okay. There's the team. Why back near shipping. Whoa. What is that? 119 to Australia. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Are you kidding? Jesus, no wonder people are getting a bit upset with this campaign. Yeah. I don't know about that campaign. Like, I'm excited for the game, but it's not quite presented well. And there's certain decisions there that I don't know. It's pretty dear. All right, next one. Revenant. Doing very well. This is like a follow-up to Voidfall, but I think it's separate. Yeah, standalone game in the Voidfall universe. Voidfall was very popular, a very hardcore, heavy 4X game, which was also solvable. This one's 1 to 4 players. You've got 2,232 backers already, so there's a lot of people keen for this one. The complexity, I think, is meant to be a little bit less than Voidfall. By Mind Clash Games. Yes, this is what it kind of looks like on the table. What awards we have? €79 for Captain Edition, €119 for Admiral Edition. Yeah, just 2 pledge levels, which is great. Like to see when there's less. Yeah, previous games that they made. They also made Anachrony, which I haven't played. Played Voidfall. It's pretty heavy. Wasn't for me, but I can understand like some people that really love that kind of stuff. It's right there. Like if you think Gaia project, but even more things slapped onto it. Game overview. Competitive sci-fi stretch. So it must be an Ultima then in solo mode, imagine. You send a member of your crew, your captain, or one of your 2 cadets to activate a ship in the fleet. Crew can be upgraded. Protect a fleet under siege. You have your own agenda. At the end of the game, your efforts with each house will be more valuable. Okay. So you're trying to escape. It's like a siege type game. So you're trying to escape. What's in the box? Bunch of stuff. Admiral Edition. Add-ons, you get some neoprene mats, you get some what's this? Enamel painted metal stuff. Paul Grogan's got a playthrough. I like his videos, he does a pretty good job. Another one right here. Towertop Simulator. Heaps of previews, another playthrough. Yeah, heaps of funding for previews and stuff. Expansion pack. The different modules you can add to the game. Solo mode. Streamless solo mode where the player faces the dark forces of the void alone. Okay, the Revenant solo is easy to set up. It has low upkeep and offers multiple difficulty levels, appealing to both experienced solo gamers and those new to the genre. Okay. And there's a shipping table right there. Alrighty. Mech Bunny, solo game of the month. 447% funded. So this is another one of the solo game of the month by Gabe Barrett, and this one's funded. So congratulations. It's around 90 backers. What we've got here, you're a mech bunny, a small robot in a giant robot. After crash landing on a strange planet, you must gather resources and fend off plant monsters long enough to fix your ship and go back home. So a bit of a survival game. They're solo only, so it's deck building, it says here. $24. Card crafting roguelike game of robot rabbit combat. Cute and cuddly, yes. Card crafting game, eh? So is it like the what's that game called? Veil, Mystic Veil, where you slide them into, you craft the card, you slide like a sleeve in to change the card. It looks like it. I noticed was it Undaunted that had that as well? All right, so I'm back. So back to this game, the Mech Bunny with the gameplay now up to. So it says here whether you use the cards to move, attack, and create combos. So these are the sleeved cards with the upgrades, I guess. Defeat monsters, level up and upgrade your cards. Defend your spaceship and clear objectives to win. Complete scenarios to unlock new weapons. Oh, so there's a bit of a meta game going on. Coming on. There's an add-on of the month. You can get neoprene mats. Yeah, cool. I always like those solo game months. There's something unique about them. Right, the next one, Roll for Ruins. This is a print and play game. It's the person behind Ruins Deathbinder, as far as I'm aware. They've got 69 backers, so they're funded at the moment. Navigate dungeons, battle foes, and face bosses in a race against the spreading blight. Will you escape the ruins or perish trying? Heavy punch games. You can get all edge for 18 Polish, I think it is. Polish dollars. All in pledge 2. That's it. Find yourself trapped in a labyrinth of mystery and danger. Navigate through 3 challenging chapters, each ending in a decisive battle against a formidable boss. It's solo only. Pledge, get the files, print, and then play. So Thekos, something nice to say about it. So what happens here? Features roam, traverse the ruins, make wise choices, and think ahead. Gain blight, get corrupted, manipulate fate, encounter enemies, engage in combat. So you roll dice for some of these combats. I guess you have to beat it by a certain amount. I'm not sure how that works. Manipulate the dice. That's always good. We need skills to try and manipulate it. So it's not just purely luck. Interesting. If you do print play, check that one out. It's I was a big fan of Ruins Deathbinder, so I'll be looking more into this one afterwards as well. Easy. Somebody tells you how do you make the game when you print it out. That's pretty nice. A few reviews. Yeah, there you go. All right. Next one. The Waste of Parts by Sky Kingdom Games. So that's people that did Ossifaring Guard. Waste of Parts is a cooperative strategy game for 1 to 5 players. Got the crew of a giant mech attempting to make its way through the waste of parts. This one's now funded, 651 backers. So congratulations to them. So it's with the cards, horror, strategy, dice, and solo. This is what it looks like. A lot of cards, all these things. The big mech on the board. Got game trays as part of it as well. So you control the crew. Not most creatures born from the waste will attempt to disable your mech. But you're more happy than to profit off their failures to survive. Okay, cool. So you upgrade your mech as you go. That's kind of cool. Raising level of noise draws the attention of wastelanders. So you got this cool little mechanism. Is that noise and other things that keep track of, I guess? Firearms and weapons to give you the edge against everything that manages to infiltrate the ship. Okay, unique abilities for each crew member. Ooh, nice little dials. Fancy. Will you make it to Sanctuary? It's Gamefound exclusive. Interesting. Health, attack, action. Got a couple of skills. Got some items in here. This is some sample cruise looks things. Cool. Multifunction rooms, the mech. So you've got certain rooms that you can upgrade and they do certain things, I guess. Enemies infiltrating. Enemies will damage unoccupied rooms, make them inoperable. Salvage cards. Yeah, I don't mind that. It's kind of cool. We've got your pledge comparison. There's 2 editions. You can choose the West Parts of base game, $89, or the Western Parts of Wastelander edition. Plus, you get 2 stitched neoprene implements and a mech miniature. Both of these include the content pack, the Ascendant machine for the game Vestige by Origin. Oh, this is doing cross promotion. I've got Vestige coming up next, actually. Interesting. We talked about the pledges, how to play. It's a rulebook. That's what you get in the box. The cards, some dice, dials. So we've got some standees. Yay, I love my standees. That's where it's at. Might be the plasticky, the acrylic type one as well. So they cross promote each other. And then if you get Vestige, you get a pack for them too. That's interesting. A nice little handshake deal they got going there. Have you got enough money to pledge for both of them? Some nice pictures. Some gameplay footage down here. Looks like a pretty huge box. And we've got shipping right down here. Not $119, which is pretty cool. Vestige by Orange Nebula. Next one up. So speaking of which, so they're definitely well funded, 1,454 backers. Vestige is a highly strategic modern Euro that can play in an hour. So a quick Euro, which to be honest, yeah, I don't know too many quick Euros. Lost Ruins of Arnak, probably an hour and a half. Wonderful players, sci-fi strategy, area control, solo resource management. So this is behind the people that did Vindication. So it's competitive but yet soluble. So soluble, there's a nemesis included. Okay. Free worldwide shipping on pledges over 100. Okay. Swanky edition, wretched edition. It's actually kind of cheap here. I guess they've kept the component light by looks of things, which is thankful for those that want to afford a game. Yeah, really surprised that if that's true. We'll get to the rewards soon. I'm assuming there's a lot more things you can bling it out with. Map regions. Okay. Things included, blah, blah, blah. Content breakdown. What's included? There's a t-shirt, one of them. Gameplay overview would be great. So you got 6 factors or something, 6 attributes. Build your tablet. Using attributes, you need to assemble back alley network of contacts and have to carry out covert jobs to help you gain the most crucial resource there is, leverage. Okay. Convert your attributes. Game mechanics. Build a network of contacts. That's what you said before. Still don't quite understand how this works. So it's kind of area control if we influence in certain areas. Nemesis, if you can handle it. So you can play it in co-op games, looks things as well. Yeah, competitive, cooperative, or solo. You have several of them as well, which is good. Okay, so that's how it works with solo. The video here by Orange Nebula. Okay, add-ons. What else we got? So promotion, that'd be the wretched thing that we talked about. The wasteland thing, sorry. Shipping. And these are rewards at the bottom. They've set up a bit differently, this one. Codex balance, the all-in. Wretched's the basic. Swanky. You're right. And there's also unsettled there too, which some people rave about. I can see why, because it's kind of cheap. Which is good. If it's got a good gameplay, cheap's no problem with that at all. All right, next one. Galaxy Postman, a space adventure. Well, this is finished now. So maybe I'll cancel that one. Next one I got is God's Heist. 181 backers. It's almost there, 82% funded. Join the ultimate Ancient Gods Heist adventure. Unleash your strategic genius in an innovative co-op board game. 1 to 4 players. That's card adventure solo. That looks like it's more heist. Doing things on a heist, like in Ancient Realms. A lot of games on Gamefound this week too. Interesting that I didn't spread them out. I think I said at the start of the video. I've forgotten. Okay. Create your own playstyle. Block enemies, hide bodies, create secret passages. So if you're into heist stuff, check out for sure. More to pledge. Get miniatures, get some miniatures, get a lot of tiles. Some square cards. So rewards. 269 for, was that 269 Canadian? 148 for Marauder, 229 for Draconoid. It's kind of dear. Yeah, it's a bit dear for me. Stretch goals, talks about cooperate, explore, confront the enemies. Time for action. The whole team plays simultaneously, be able to play your personal card effects, reveal tiles, pick up loot. So you got action. So you do flip of action card here. There's a rulebook there to check out some more. Curious. Types of universe, the team, shipping. It. All right. Next one I got is Insania. Twisted WTF. Co-op horror in Rome for 1 to 4 players. You always call me out there. 346 backers, so it's just funded. Defend the Roman Empire from nightmarish monsters in the R-rated world of Insania. Okay, Civet Games. They're first created. So you got $99 for the early Eagle. All in 164 early. $3.99 for retailer. Etc. That's what it looks like on the board. 1 to 4 players. End of room is nigh. It's his eyeball. Oh my god. This is crowdfunding perfection, according to King of Average. Sexy but creepy artwork. Endless replayability. Become a hero. A lot of buzzwords. Here we go. Pick a mission. Each mission has different conditions of victory. Okay. Take 3 actions. Okay. Connect cards to realize actions. There's no dice rolling. Use your effort cards with difficulty. Connect items to power up, so you level up. Choose where to take damage. Issue track, encounter marker. Avoid losing your mind. Okay, so that's your health-ish in a way. How to play here, which I'd definitely recommend checking out. So that was just a quick overview of what I just read through there. Some demonic miniatures. Format pieces. So is it kind of tower defense style? To check out the how to play. The campaign mode. Pledge levels, stretch goals, wipe back now because it's probably not going to go to retail, I imagine, and shipping. Okay, next one. And this is for just Moonlight Market. I think it's the only solo one in this. There's 24 backers so far. Let's have a look what we got here. So Moonlight Market, it's €24. Free shipping to the EU if you're in the EU. We can get the fun model for 49. So I think it's just Moonlight Market I'll talk about here. So 1 to 5 players, 45 to 60 minutes. Mystical markers, Eternal Jewel, you compete against your fellow players. There's solo work, I wonder. Game lasts 4 rounds, each round is divided into 2 phases. The bid, normally bidding's a bit hard with solo. There must be like an ultimate thing to say they'll bid for this and that. Okay, be careful, 3 chains. Content, this is what you get. No idea about solo on that one, but there you have it. And then going to crowdfunding for today that I'm doing this one, Northvale, Dragons of Etchinstone, Northvale expansions deal of the day. Although by the time you probably watch this, it might be too late, unfortunately. But I highly recommend this game. It's a small sort of Gamecrafter game. And Doom Pilgrim is back on for crowd sale. I think it's the mint version, a pocket version of Doom Pilgrim solo adventure game. Mint tin box version, yes. And it's doing pretty well so far. The game for Crafted's got 68 sold. You can purchase also 2 optional. You can get a game mat as well. Same number of cards as the classic Doom Pilgrim, sort of very compact box. Yeah, so if you can't afford the big one, this is a way to step into it. Alrighty, guys, that'll do us for this week. Crash Game Thirst. Play solo.